Welcome to Action How Media, the site and channel all about action. Life's boring, get some more action into your life. All right, this week we're going to talk about the Bruce Lee curse. Bruce Lee is a very popular, even in death, very popular martial artist, known for some of his movies and his unbelievable skill. He gained infamy due to the combination of his groundbreaking martial arts skill, his charismatic screen presence, and his role in changing how Asians were portrayed in Western media. Some other things made him famous and world-renowned. First of all, his martial arts skills were undeniable. He created his own martial art called Jeet Kune Do. Basically, Jeet Kune Do were more a set of concepts that mixed the best techniques from like multiple martial arts, and he kind of favored boxing, Muay Thai, that type of thing, believe it or not, Wing Chun, and he did some grappling, not too much grappling though. His style of Jeet Kune Do challenged traditional martial arts systems and inspired countless practitioners worldwide. Of course, Bruce Lee had an unbelievable ability and attribute to fight. His physical prowess is unbelievable. So he had a combination of speed, strength. His punches were very precise. His kicks were very precise. It was widely documented on how skilled he was. He was one of the first martial artists to gain mainstream attention for both physical performance and philosophy. Not only was he very good at showing his skills on the screen, but a lot of what he believed in really had an impact on martial arts as a whole, especially with the Jeet Kune Do and on all the concepts that you take the best techniques from each martial art and you integrate it into what you do and how you fight. And I think it inspired the MMA of today. He's also famous for his Hollywood and TV career. He was in The Green Hornet from 1966 to 1967. He played Kato, the sidekick to the Green Hornet, but he actually stole the spotlight with his martial arts, introducing Kung Fu to many Americans for the first time. Despite being a secondary character, his performance generated a cult following and made him a standout figure on American TV. He also had a lot of success with his Hong Kong films. He did The Big Boss in 1971, Fist of Fury in 1972, Way of the Dragon in 1972, which spotlighted his famous fight with Chuck Norris. Not only that, then he did Enter the Dragon, which was shown after his death, actually, and that really got a lot of attention drawn to him, even though he already passed away, unfortunately. Enter the Dragon in 1973 really was a great earmark to his career. Unfortunately, he died young. He had a tragic early death. He died suddenly in 1973 at the age of 32. His death shocked fans and added to his mythic status. In short, Bruce Lee became famous for his incredible martial arts, charismatic performance, deep philosophy, and being a cultural bridge between East and West. But let's talk about the Bruce Lee curse. The Bruce Lee curse is a term rooted in urban legend and conspiracy theories, but not really factual evidence. It refers to the tragic and untimely deaths associated with Bruce Lee and his family. So Bruce Lee's death was considered strange and mysterious for several reasons, despite the official explanation. First of all, he was in peak physical condition, so he shouldn't have had any health issues, and yet he died at 32. He had an intense fitness and dietary regimen, so a sudden death seemed uncharacteristic or improbable. Also, the official cause was brain swelling, cerebral edema, attributed to a reaction to a painkiller he took. So it's rare for a healthy adult to die from like an allergic reaction. So that seemed kind of strange that this was the official cause of death. Also, the circumstances around his death were kind of sus. He died at the apartment of a Taiwanese actress named Betty Ting Pei. He complained of a headache, took the painkiller, and he laid down to take a nap, and he never woke up again. Betty did not immediately call an ambulance, and his body was moved, prompting rumors and suspicion. So the autopsy revealed no external injuries or trauma, ruling out more typical causes of sudden death. There were traces amount of cannabis in his stomach, but no evidence that contributed to his death. So some of the rumors and theories about the Bruce Lee curse. Some say that this was an assassination by triads or other martial arts rivals. Some say that he died by Dim Mak, a mythical delayed strike in Kung Fu lore. The that touch, supposedly. There might have been government or underworld involvement, and it could have been just some crazy family curse because later on Brandon Lee dies. A recent study in 2022 stated that Lee may have died from hyponatremia, low sodium levels due to excessive water intake. Bruce Lee drank large quantities of water and had factors, diet, drug use, prior injury, that might have impaired his kidneys' ability to excrete water. This news theory attempts to provide a physiological explanation for the cerebral edema, and maybe that's what caused it. But there's too many unanswered questions. He died on the cusp of superstardom. Enter the Dragon was coming out, and he died before it came out. His death is linked to mysticism, secrecy, and pop culture myths, so there's a lack of a single universally accepted medical explanation for his death. What makes the Bruce Lee curse even more intriguing is that his son also dies at an early age when he starts his career in Hollywood film. Circumstances around his death were also kind of sus. Bruce Lee's son, actor Brandon Lee, died at the age of 28 on the set of The Crow. He was accidentally shot with a prop gun that had a real bullet fragment lodged in the barrel, struck him, and killed him. It was considered a freak accident that led to more of this talk of this Bruce Lee curse. The eerie similarity between their deaths intensified the Lee family curse mythology. I mean, they were both young, they both died suddenly, and they both died during rising stardom. So there's some common themes to this curse theory. There's this martial arts mysticism surrounding it. Bruce Lee was said to have offended ancient traditions. Supposedly, Wing Chun masters were angered about Bruce Lee sharing the secrets of their martial art and put a curse on him. So there's that theme of traditional Wing Chun masters kill him. But there's also speculation about jealousy, betrayal, rumors of enemies in the martial arts world, be they Chinese triad or whatever. And then there is the Western superstition comparing it to cursed families like the Kennedys, right? The Kennedys had a lot of death in their family. And also you have the Hollywood sensationalism. The curse adds to the drama that already surrounds these tragic stories. But in reality, there's no verified evidence of a curse. Both deaths had logical, documented explanations, though they were undeniably tragic and untimely. So I believe Bruce Lee died from maybe that hypernatremia, and then his son died by a freak accident. Is it a curse? We don't know. What do you think? Action Hound Unite.